But yeah, one of you, the same person that I won't name, also stepped on Oddish. Completely their fault. I'm not gonna, not my involvement at all.
Wow.
Call me out, Rev. No balls.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I know you didn't. Call me out. No balls.
And then you finally reached the range, what looks like the ranger cabin with a ranger standing in front of it. Miles had gone off the beaten path to float up on some ledges, and had run into Missy on the way.
Yeah.
Um, Despite what Lyndon had said before, that he would meet you here, it doesn't seem like he's anywhere around. Um, but the ranger does notice you all as you approach, and he waves you over.
I guess we go over.
Sure.
Over here, guys.
Where did you go?
Me?
Yeah.
I went. I went the other way. There was
What
another
other
way.
way?
The down way. You went the up way. You took the high road. I took the low road, and I got to the ranger cabin before you.
Sure. Right.
It's not quite Scotland, but
Anyway, hello. Did you want to speak to us? He turns to the ranger.
And he looks you all over, and he basically is examining the lot of you, and he nods and says, "You four look like the people that Lyndon asked me to look out for."
Oh,
Do you
sure.
know him?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
We were meant to meet up with him somewhere round here, I think.
Yeah, he was planning to stay here, but I think he thought there was something he wanted to investigate first. Um, and he did mention that he left you a note somewhere, but he didn't leave it with me. And at that, Missy tugs on Miles' hair again,
wait, yeah. What?
and you hear some giggling, and a little note falls into your hands.
Oh. Oh. What does it say?
It says, uh, "Sorry I couldn't be here to meet you in person. Something strange is going on in the forest, and I heard the southern path was blocked by landslides, so I've decided to go on ahead.
Oh.
Misty has a way of finding me even from far away, so she can probably guide you."
That's so Lyndon.
And then, P.S. Don't forget to take breaks. It can be hard to tell how long you've been in the forest. And it's signed Lyndon in a surprisingly curly script. Pretty fancy, actually.
Doctor.
No, it's legible, just curly.
It's not Russian cursive.
And does Miles read that out loud? Does Miles read the note out loud?
Yes, 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 he does.
Sure. And as he's telling what it says to the others in the party, Ranger Henry also nods along and says, "Yeah, I don't know about what he thought was weird, but it has been a little bit strange in the forest recently. We've actually been thinking of closing it off for a while we investigate, but we're kind of short-handed right now." And he gestures towards the south. Um, I'm guessing if you came all the way up here, that the landslide is cleared there, but we're still the people who are usually stationed here are going all around the area, just making sure the route is safe. So we don't really have anyone to do the usual guide work.
Sure.
Fair enough.
Um, if you like, you can rest up here for a little bit. It's not, it's a small cabin, but you can take a bit of a break. Now that I pass on the message, I should really get to work as well.
Okay, thank you, mister.
And he nods, tips his hat to you, and he goes off toward the west.
He's actually off to make out with Ranger Jen behind the rocks there.
There is some important work to be done. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. There's some fields that need ploughing.
Okay. Wow. There.
Whoa,
This is
Nelly.
earthly.
I see. I see. Fish's brief foray into wherever that site was has put his mind into the gutter.
Apparently.
But he's
Or maybe it's
13.
or maybe it's just always there. I didn't say anything about Miles. I said about this about Fish. You're saying that Fish is 13. Are you, Tom? Are you 13?
I'm not 13, no.
You sure?
I was, for a
Oh,
brief
well,
period.
I guess so.
Roughly a year.
About a year, yeah. It was okay. I didn't mind it.
You were only exactly 13 for an instant, though.
Yeah.
It was alright.
It's an okay. It was an okay split second.
As they
Alright,
go,
but-
you know.
Yeah. But let me give you a brief overview. It is now late-ish afternoon. And let's see. Yeah, so the route is actually fairly long. You've been trekking for, at least as far as the distance on the map goes, you've been trekking for over 30 kilometers. So it's been quite a day of trekking.
Mm.
That has been mostly hand wave, but there you go. And the cabin sits in front of you. You can take a rest if you like, but Misty is actually tugging on Miles's sleeve now, toward where presumably the entrance of the forest is.
Well, up are we going? Is she tugging up?
Yes, sir.
Do we want to go into nighttime? That seems like a risk.
I mean, it's a spooky haunted forest, so. Meh.
I just,
I mean,
I'm not sure whether that means let's go or not with you.
I mean, I'm fine with going.
It kind of depends on how thick the tree cover is. It may well be dark in there during the day anyway.
It's, from what you know of it, it is a fairly dense forest. With
Yeah, so it's pretty dark regardless then.
Hmm.
Or darker, I suppose. Linda didn't say anything about us needing to meet up with him straight away, did he? I don't know.
He didn't.
But he might be in trouble.
The only one
Lyndon.
who has given off any sense of urgency is Missy, who is kind of trying to tug Miles upwards.
Well,
I mean, it looks like our buddy there wants us to go now rather than later.
I mean, we could go in. We could go in and have a look. And die in a forest at night. That's fine.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
You can make me a let's see. Make me a general education check.
Ooh.
Anyone who wants to.
Man, I I do not have education rolls.
Is this something that could potentially be a survival?
Potentially.
I think
It's pretty-
that's more
pretty-
once we're in the forest.
Yeah. This is like general knowledge of Eterna. Since it is like it is a forest, so you know like not everyone would like know a lot of detail about it, but it's also a pretty well known forest.
Hmm.
So,
Say
I don't know
can,
what
but
I expect.
yeah, I would say that
Is that 1-1?
yeah.
I would say that somehow everyone except Esme knows that the forest is like it's not really all that dangerous. There are bugs in it, and some grass Pokemon, but overall, I mean the most dangerous thing you're likely to run into it on a given day is like an angry Lopunny.
Oh no.
Yeah, just hope that's only angry.
See, that one wasn't even my fault.
Yeah.
You take the blame for that one.
Yeah, well, he said, "Oh no, I had to play off that." But yeah, like it's not known for being a very dangerous place.
Yep.
The only thing that may worry you a bit is the aforementioned like excessive combi activity of late. but that's not really a nighttime predator thing.
Well, Missy wants to go, and it seems urgent. And Miles doesn't want Missy to pull all of his clothes off and his hair out.
You can tell that your sleeve is stretching slightly. This is a very nice shirt
Yes.
you brought home.
Bomb.
I guess we wander up.
Sort of thing. And this is also still not to scale, but it's not that far off. The entrance of the forest. You maybe walk another kilometer or so, and then you see the entrance, which actually has a path. It's just a dirt path, paved, but it looks like it's been decently well traveled.
Sure. I mean, this isn't an uncommon route. Well, it's not like super well traveled, right? But
It's a blue route, so it's not like super well established, but it is like still a fairly common one.
Okay.
Chance of staying behind,
I
apparently.
assume the entrance is here. Is that right?
That's the one.
Oh.
The
We're
other
going
one
into a forest.
Yeah, the other one is the in-game shortcut when you have cuts.
Oh.
So you enter the forest, and it's almost immediately, like within 5 minutes, becomes considerably darker as the canopy takes over the sky.
Well, thankfully Sola's got dark vision at least, even if I don't.
Oh, the playlist doesn't exist. Hang on. That's weird. Oh, I did it off my private playlist. That's not how I want
I
to
know, and it can't access that.
Yeah, give me a second. Let me find the actual song.
I made a playlist.
Interesting. Oh, I forgot that the Diamond Pearl remakes were coming out. Are they out already?
No, not out yet. All right. And evidently it was a little bit later than you realized, because after a little while, the light starts to take on a bit of a different color. Maybe it's something to do with the force itself, but it does seem a little less yellow than, or maybe not as blue as in this picture, but it does seem a little less like a sunsetty color. And as you go through, let's see. Make me a survival check.
Oh.
All of us, or
No, that one should be enough. So basically, Lucas, and if anyone else wants to roll, that's also fine.
nope.
All right. So Lucas notices some white flowers on the side of the road. So these flowers are half closed, or almost entirely closed, and he recognizes them as a flower that opens in the morning and then closes when it gets late. And evidently,
Right, and they're closed right now.
they're almost closed. They're like maybe 3/4 of the way there.
Sure.
Hey, nice clock.
Clock. I don't see a clock.
The flowers act like a clock.
Oh yes, true. So the path takes you a little bit deeper, and it's mostly quiet. You do hear some rustling in the bushes every once in a while.
It's those rangers.
Yeah, of course. But you seem to be being left alone for now. You don't feel any stares on you or anything like that. They're just staying away for the most part. And as you continue on the road, it takes a bend. And at the bend, there is a signpost. Basically, there's a smaller path that goes off to the left, while the main path seems to go towards the right. And
Okay.
the path has like, I mean, the signpost has what looks like basically like a park route map, for hiking trails and stuff.
Okay.
And Missy starts pulling Miles towards the left, smaller path.
Wow, Miles is going to start going that way.
Yeah, just follow the guide, I guess. Because we can't get that lost in here. And even if we did, the rangers frequent the forest, so we should be okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Make me a, let's see. Okay. Make me a perception check up ahead as you continue down this path.
Sure.
Everyone here has eyes. Why is that?
I know, right? It's almost like I learned from last time.
It's almost like I own nothing but eyes.
Mm-hmm. So, as you continue down the smaller path, and it is noticeably smaller, but it still has, a dirt path there. It just kind of is a little bit more bumpy. The elevation changes a little bit more. But as far as the map read, it was more of a straight path than the main road. The up ahead, you see on the trees some things that were kind of blending in. You see a bunch of dust stalks on the trees.
Oh, the moths.
Yeah, and you hear some crunching.
Crunching.
Yeah. Make me a Pokeed check.
Is it linden? Are they eating linden?
Sure. I mean, I'm not gonna know, so.
It's fairly quiet crunching.
Esme! Rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's true. It's all there. So, Esme knows that dust stalks often eat the bark off trees. So that seems like what they're doing right now. And the other thing of note is that they have poisonous dust on their wings, which gets spread into the air when they take flight, especially when they're disturbed.
Okay, well, I guess we should do our best not to disturb them then.
Hmm. Tiptoe quietly around them. I don't know, or just don't
Yeah.
go too near them.
Just float through gently.
Yeah, so they're basically on the trees on both sides of the path. They did notice you. It's not like you snuck up on them or anything. So how would you like to proceed?
Is Missy trying to drag us past them, or are we meant to just carry on up the path?
Since you're moving down the path that Missy wanted to go generally, she doesn't seem too insistent right now. She's kind of just floating beside you, waiting for you to keep going. One way or
I
another.
mean, just keep. I don't want to go too close to them because I don't want to disturb them. So I guess we just keep going down the same path.
Yeah. Go a little bit off if we
Until
need to get around
she
them.
seems to indicate not to, I guess. It's following the guide at the moment.
Okay.
But Lucas is the guide partially.
Yeah. So How are you walking down the path?
With our feet.
With our legs.
Yes.
I'm
Besides
not
that.
sure. Sorry. What do you mean? What information are you actually looking for? Because I think I'm missing something.
I mean, this maybe helps, Chance will probably be walking down the path, but moving relatively quickly, so that he can run back and forth to different sides of the path and look at things out in the forest and everything like that, as he's filming. So like he's going on all different sides of the path, but still staying on the path.
Esme would be dead center and kind of tiptoeing.
Okay.
Pretty much
Miles
paths are opposite.
Miles is going to follow and copy Esme, and it's going to look like a scene out of Scooby-Doo. And the unknown are coming along behind him.
Are they tiptoeing too?
They are moving as if they were tiptoeing, but obviously they don't have any toes to tip with. So they're just kind of bobbing slightly as they float forward.
And they're also just flatten themselves so that they're floating sideways, so that they're minimizing the amount of distance that they have on either side. They're trying to stay perfectly in the center of the path.
I see. Alright, so you do try to move, or most of you try to move fairly quietly, and more slowly. So for the most part, they don't seem to mind. There is one that's rather close, and it doesn't take off, but it flaps its wings a little bit as you approach. It doesn't get dust on you or anything, but it is kind of
Bedding.
as if it's as if it's warning you off.
Yeah, it's posturing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Hands up for peace. Keep sneaking by.
Chance! Stop it!
Yeah, it's just kept a respectful distance.
You're
But I will
agitating them.
I will say that the path is rather narrow, so there isn't actually that much distance, even if you stay on the middle of the path.
Oh.
What Pokemon is this again? Sorry.
Dustox.
It's
The
third
the
gen
moth thing. Yeah.
It has a big smiley face.
Oh, it's not the weird ghost Pokemon. Okay.
So it's just a big bug.
You'll think of Duskull?
Dusclops is like crappy boy, like mummy ghost boy.
Yeah,
Dusclops.
Dusclops.
Yeah, Dustox. It sounds very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
Dustox. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it's got like a little evil smile. Okay.
Yeah, they're just massive 1 meter wingspan moths that eat trees, apparently.
The trees.
Oh, they look like they want to square up. Don't want to square up.
Well, we better stick to the middle of the path and get one of those toddler leashes for Chance.
Chance is suddenly Coyote Peterson as he's like, yeah,
Yes.
look at this one. I'm gonna let him bite me.
Alright, so if you continue down the path, is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The other ones are, as I said before, not really disturbed. The last one does flap its wings once at you guys, and it takes off. It doesn't. It wasn't enough to really give you any major poisoning, but it will give you a -1 to your skill checks in the next part of the journey.
Chance.
Okay. Let's see. As you continue, you see off the side of the road what looks like a box kind of just sitting there in the middle of a clearing.
A what? Sorry, a fox.
A box.
A mysterious forest box.
Like a
It's a
cardboard
mimic.
box?
Oh, this is some ritual shit right here.
So,
What's in the box? What's in the box?
It's
The fucking
actually.
mimic.
Let's see. Would do you think that Lucas would have interacted with rangers in the past?
Oh yeah, like 1,000,000%.
Sure. So this should actually be fairly recognizable. It's brightly colored for visibility. This is actually a supply cache that they just
Oh.
leave along the paths for any people who need it. And it's general like best practice to just take what you need, and keep them locked afterwards so that wild Pokemon don't get into it. But
Nurturing.
it's fairly standard stuff. There are some fallen leaves on it, but otherwise it seems in fairly good condition.
I don't have enough unknown to finish the ritual circle.
Yeah, the only weird thing is that there are a couple of small stumps, just like around the supply cache. It doesn't really look like there was any structure here that they had to clear out the area for, but they're just kind of here.
They're probably keeping the dust stalks away from the box, right? So people can actually get to it without dying.
That seems plausible.
Looks more like a fairy circle, except out of stumps instead of mushrooms.
Yeah, but I mean that's a big difference, right? They're not mushrooms.
I mean,
It would
So-
it would be so much more impressive if fairy circles were spontaneously created tree stumps. Like that would be so cool.
Lucas will see the box and sort of nod to himself and turn to everyone else and say, "Yeah, it's just like a cache that the Rangers set up. We can take what we need from it, but
Ooh.
yeah, don't take the mick."
Does it have antidotes?
That's
Probably.
possible. Yeah, there's a good chance.
Friend Lucas, what about the circle of stumps?
Uh,
I mean, they're just tree stumps.
I don't know. I
They're
don't
in a
think it
haunted
means
fucking
anything.
Forest. We are in a haunted fucking forest. They are not just tree stumps.
Can I Ockhead?
Yes, you can.
I mean, sometimes a tree stump is just a tree stump.
But it might not be, so let's check.
So, let's see. From what Miles knows, there isn't anything specific about tree stumps as part of rituals. However, they do seem to be placed a little bit too well to form a circle around the cache.
Too uniformly.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, too uniformly, and it is quite unusual. You feel your spidey senses tingling. And speaking of spidey senses, let's have Miles and Esme roll intuition. And Luke's actually here. You're close enough, I think.
Oh, intuition. Nope. Sure.
Yay.
Lol.
Miles, while he's examining the circle, feels some gazes on him. It's hard
Ooh.
to tell which direction they're coming from, but
Something's
it's clear
watching
he's being
us.
stared at.
Something's watching us, and it's not Chance's camera. Or the unknown. Wow.
It wasn't even Twitch chat. This is
That
just
wasn't even Twitch
the
chat. That was
angry
just
bird.
Chance being like,
That was
"Lol."
that was the angry bird that controls Chance.
the angry bird.
Some gazes.
I mean, the angry birds are basically Twitch chat, so
Can I do a perception to try and figure out where the eyes are?
sure. You look all around, and you notice there's like a couple of wild Pokemon around, but they're not really looking at you. And beyond that, you can't really tell what else might be looking at you. It doesn't seem like there's a clear direction there.
Esme, did you cross into the circle?
No, I walked around the perimeter.
Okay, Miles is going to step into the perimeter.
Okay,
Can I Pokehead check this shit just for the lulz?
sure.
My friend. Oh,
Phantom.
What?
Yes. So, um, with that, Esme does indeed know about phantoms. That being said, it's mostly that the main thing that people or that's written documented about them is that they originate from rotting stumps. Not so much that they can like take on the.
Impersonate them?
So it seems unlikely that these stumps are phantomed, at least as far as you know. But given that this is a quote unquote haunted forest, and there are stumps conspicuously around here, they might be involved.
Hmm.
Well, aren't phantoms like the ghosts of dead children or some shit?
According to the Pokedex, yes.
Oh no, I'm gonna hug the stump and be like, I'm sorry.
Esme is a literal tree hugger right now.
Yeah, deal with it.
According to old tales, these Pokemon are stumps possessed by the spirits of children who died while lost in the forest.
No, hug.
Jesus, that is so creepy.
These
How do you
Pokemon are stumps possessed by the children of spirits who died in the forest. Their cries sound like eerie screams.
Although strangely enough, you don't hear any eerie screams. Just some staring or some gazes that have almost a perceptible weight to them.
Hmm.
You feel some pressure on you, basically.
Oh no, it's exerting its pressure.
I'm a step.
And as you step forward, the weight seems to grow.
Oh. Hey,
It's
look.
still not a physical. It's not a physical weight, but you feel, in spite of yourself, you feel nervous and unnerved, basically.
Like dangerous unnerved, or like someone's watching me shower unnerved?
Or like you can't eat any berries unnerved.
Um, oh my god, you guys. Like the hair on the back of your neck is standing up. You got goosebumps. Spooked,
The
unnerved.
heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
The heebie-jeebies.
Oh
The
no.
jeebies that heave.
Oh no, for any spirits here that are dissettled, how do we soothe you?
Amber, get the salt.
As you walk
Amber.
as you walk up to the cache, you see that there is something written on it. Seems like it's kind of
You're
just
fucked.
no, it's just embossed into the crate itself. And the only thing that's slightly unnerving about it is that there are some leaves partially covering the last word. But it seemed to say, "Please leave," unlocked or locked. Sorry.
Okay, if I move the leaves.
Right. So the leaves are partially covering the word locked.
Right.
So it looks like it's saying please leave.
Right. I'm with you.
I mean, it did.
Esme.
Yeah.
Esme, help.
Yeah.
It's spooky.
Okay. Let me throw a pokey and check at it, I guess.
Meanwhile, like watching everybody else do all of this and act like nervous and everything like that, and he's doing like obnoxious like Logan Paul hamming it up to the camera about how spooky it is.
He's doing backflips and shit.
Yeah,
Oh
Chance.
no, we're gonna find a
Chance
dead
doesn't
body.
Yeah, Chance doesn't actually feel any staring.
Yeah, well, Chance didn't actually make an intuition check, so he's
Yeah.
completely oblivious.
Right.
Lucas is kind of just watching Miles and Esme walk around and look spooked, kind of bemused.
We open.
Esme
We open the chest and it's Voldemort fetus from the last Harry Potter movie.
No.
Esme racks her brain for her Pokemon knowledge, but alas, the box does not seem to be a Pokemon.
Miles is gonna leave the circle and be like, Lucas, you should go and open it.
What do you mean? What? Fine. Lucy just walks in.
Yeah.
Anything?
Nope. You don't feel much. It is. I mean, with the way that Miles is acting, you might be slightly I don't know how Lucas would react to this, but you don't feel anything supernatural going on.
Turns around to look at Miles. What are you doing?
It's just open it.
Okay.
I'm
Like,
sure
opens
goths
the
get
box.
spooked.
You
Opens
open-
box. Yeah.
Okay. You all black out for a couple of seconds. When you, it's like you had like a slight brain fart and you just had mind empty for a few seconds. But when you come back to yourselves, um, the you feel something wrapped around your bodies just lightly. It seems like there's like some, the kind of ivy that grows on walls.
Yeah.
There is basically some of that wrapped around you. It's very thin, so it's not holding you in place or anything. You can tear it off, but you don't know how it got there.
We don't know how the ivy got there.
Yeah,
Chance, what time is it?
it's like snaked up to your waist.
Oh.
Okay. So, couple of questions. Did Chance also get affected by this?
Yes.
Okay, and then second question, what time was it on my video recorder whenever I was filming just now, and what time is it now?
So the strange thing is, now that you're paying attention to that, the time on your video recorder is actually not moving. That being said, the Chance TV chat is continually scrolling because they're still commenting, and they're kind of just asking, it's like, what's everyone doing? Actually, let's do this.
Do I have treats with sage in them?
With sage in them.
You
Yeah,
burn.
sage repels spirits.
Yeah, you burn sage too.
Oh, is that a thing? Sure.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Is this a prank? Yeah,
What
no.
just like after he can, like, once he's come to, Lucas sort of looks around and goes, "What just happened?"
Miles occult check.
Fuck. What's the number? 5.
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck was that? What the heck was that? Sorry, I should be 13.
Yes,
That would
because
make you
13-year-olds
swear
don't know the
even
F word.
Miles wouldn't use it that often. He's an innocent cinnamon roll.
So my question, my question before I answer that question is, does anyone else have Pokemon out other than Miles and his Unknown?
Solar should be out.
Okay.
Because I was having her out because she has dark vision and it's dark.
And also, it's entirely within character for you to have Solar out at any time for any reason anyway.
Pretty much.
Yep. So Sola and the Unknown are actually in a very similar state. The vines have somehow trapped up to where the Unknown were floating, and Sola is also wrapped in some vines.
Well, I mean, I'll rip the vines off myself and then give Solar a hand with hers, or at least try to.
Right, and as you do so, you notice that Sola looks a little bit green.
As in she looks ill, or she is actually green?
It's hard to tell because the light is not super bright right now. But no, I mean like literally slightly green.
It's like
Right.
like when you're a baby and you eat too many carrots and your skin turns orange.
Yeah, like that. And
Carotenonin or whatever it's called.
It's like Sunny D.
Oh no.
yeah. Does Miles do the same for his Unknown?
No, the Unknown are capable of dealing with it themselves, and they choose not to. They're gonna, like, observe the vines
Okay.
for a bit and see if anything else happens. Because this is new and strange.
Sure.
Yeah.
Owain actually looks slightly green as well. And Miles feels something lingering, something supernatural lingering in the air, like something just happened. It's not clear exactly what, but let's see.
I don't think I have the thing that lets me see the goo.
Yeah. How much interaction has Miles had with ghost type Pokemon before?
Everything that's happened in game,
Okay.
and probably just a little bit peripherally from living in a big old mansion house. Like, there's got to be a ghost or two in the attic, right?
Sure. Do you think any of them were? Let's see. What's the word?
Esme might. She's been around the block, interacted with most types of Pokemon.
Chance probably has like no experience whatsoever.
Sorry, while I'm like detangling Solar from the vines,
Yeah.
I'll send out Cobalt because he's had like semi-aura sight, or we've had it multiple times now, so
Okay.
maybe he'll see something.
Yeah. So, let me see in order. Do you think that Miles had interaction, or the ghosts in the match in his attic were? Do you think any of them were antagonistic?
I doubt it, or they probably wouldn't still be there.
Sure.
They would have been
Okay.
removed.
Right. So I'm gonna say that Miles feels that something just happened, but it's not clear what, and he has no prior experience with this kind of thing. That's about the limit of that for now. Um, Esme. Esme gets into a lot of trouble, right? Like with everything.
Yes.
Okay. Has probably been cursed once or twice if she's run into ghost type Pokemon. It feels a little bit like that, although there's a pretty big difference between when she was cursed herself and now. Now it feels sort of like, but it has the same kind of sensation. It's just a lot weaker on you, if that makes sense. And
I wonder if
last,
the box was cursed.
what's that?
I wonder if the box was cursed.
Yeah, that seems about right.
And Cobalt. Let's see. And you could pretty much communicate telepathically with some translations. So, Cobalt tells you that Sola's aura looks a little bit green for some reason, and same with Owain.
But only Owain.
Only Owain out of the unknown.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, so that's what's happening right now.
Once the unknown have gotten a good fill of looking at these vines that are still on them, I'll shake them off and gather around Owain to try and figure out what the fuck's going on with him.
Okay.
Because that's weird.
Yeah, so Owain and Sola seem fine. They're just slightly green. I'll say Sola seems a little bit perturbed, as if something doesn't quite feel right, but she seems fine. Like she can move properly and she doesn't seem hurt or anything.
Out of curiosity,
Mhm.
what is Missy's reaction to all this, and does Missy have any vines on her?
Strangely, no. Um,
Is Missy here?
Missy is here. I just forgot to put.
Did Missy do it?
It doesn't seem likely. Or make me an intuition check.
Everyone or just Miles?
Anyone who has suspicions that Missy might have done it.
Oh, that wasn't the right number.
No. No, Missy is good babby. Esme's not gonna suspect her.
Okay. All right. So Miles gives Missy a stare. And Missy acts innocent, and as far as you can tell, she is. She, let's see. It's hard to tell. She has a bit of a poker face in that she's always like kind of grinning, and smiling, but she doesn't seem panicked or anything like that. She also doesn't look entirely surprised though.
Is there gonna be like a bayonet here? Because you know Esme's gonna be like the babby, and she's gonna get us all fucking killed. But also Bayonetta's adorable, so like,
Worth it.
worth it. Leave
But based
me to
on
die.
but based on that intuition, I would say that Miles also realizes that Missy might have some other agenda that she hasn't been forthcoming with.
This was a
Oh,
setup.
by the way, I did open the box. Is there anything in it?
Yes, there is actually. So inside the box, it seems like a perfectly normal supply cache. I'll say that there are some antidotes, some. Let's see. I have it written down here.
Repel.
Rare candy.
Yes, I would say repel can be in there. No rare candies, unfortunately. The equivalent of like sparkling lemonade, so basically refreshments. It's not literally lemonade because that's probably not what they would put in a cache, but
Rev, I have a question.
what's up?
Would the stone Zoe have given me react to this ghost spookery at all?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's see.
Ooh, that's not a bad question. Yeah.
Let's see. Antidotes. Okay.
You may be typing as Chance TV.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's some of the stuff that's there.
There's
I'm
always
going.
that one guy trying to be logical in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering if anybody else has read the book, The Ruins.
I don't think so.
It's
No.
like it's like a Lovecraftian story, but it doesn't have anything to do with like typical Lovecraft stuff. Like these four college age people are in Mexico vacationing.
I know what you're talking about. I've
They
only
made a
seen the movie.
Okay,
but-
yeah, they made a movie out of it, and the movie wasn't bad, but it wasn't as good as the book.
No, I mean it never is, but yeah.
Yeah, so they meet up with this guy that only speaks Greek, I think. Like a bunch of brothers and everything like that, and one of them comes with the group, and they go out to these this Mayan pyramid, and they're like specifically told to go away and don't come back from the locals, like the local Mayans that are in the area. But they ignore them and they go up on the pyramid anyway. And once they're on there, the Mayans won't let them leave. Like they have to stay on them. And then they slowly discover the reason why. It's because the pyramid is cursed or something like that, and vines are growing up out of the pyramid, like inside of the pyramid, and there's a shaft that goes down there, and the vines grow up and they slowly start killing off the people. And they can't get off because the Mayans will kill anybody that tries to leave the pyramid. And they've got the whole like earth salted around the pyramid to try to get the. It's fucking crazy. It's a good story.
It is.
Interesting. Let's see.
It's pretty gross though, because the plants get up under their skin. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, and it's pretty
Well,
visceral. but
Yeah,
Explicit.
I was gonna say it starts out even worse than that because it doesn't like eventually the vines start going in through wounds, but
yeah,
the very first time that vines enter the body, it's after sex
Oh.
because the characters don't realize they're in danger yet, and there's a man and a woman, and they're doing their thing,
And they bang.
Lovecraftian STI.
Yep.
Which would present as tentacles. That does make sense.
Yes. There was another game, Advance Wars, Days of Ruin, that had these plant things growing under the skin.
Advance Wars was the shit. That game was great.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
That happened.
the Lovecraftian element is great because it doesn't it doesn't ever explicitly confirm whether or not the vines are sentient, or if it's just some sort of like really bizarre local species that's just doing something that we're not familiar with. But like the truly the weirdest thing that the vines are capable of doing is growing much faster than usual, obviously, but also they're capable of mimicking speech, like cockatoos or something like that. Like they're capable.
Lyrebirds.
Yeah, lyrebirds. Yeah.
It's very
Um,
SCP.
so, but like they don't actually do anything explicitly, like overtly, like this is obviously sentient, like, and so you're left wondering if the vines are like cognizant of what they're doing, or they're just acting as vines.
Yeah, like I said, very SCP Foundation. Probably make a good story to just read off of the SCP wiki, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we just completely derailed Revan.
No worries. I'm trying to remember where it was. All right, the unknown. We're examining more Owain.
Yes.
What kind of sight do the unknown have? Like other than just normal sight, do they have any supernatural sight of that kind?
They probably have like generic psychic boy vision of like slight otherworldness.
Okay,
But nothing specific.
I see.
They just have really high perception, really high focus, and are very psychic and a bit alien. So
Sure. So what I'm going to say is that, as far as sight goes, there isn't much that's visible, except the fact that Owain is now slightly tinged green. But because they're all linked, they can tell that there's something odd going on with Owain. And Owain is still part of like the hive mind, so Owain can still communicate with the others and seems normal as far as they can tell. But there is still something slightly odd going on here.
Just out of
And,
curiosity,
yeah.
other than just our curiosity, is there a reason why we don't just move on? Like, is Missy continuing to direct us further, or did she kind of stop once we got here?
No, it's just that you were going along the path and you noticed a supply cache here, so you kind of went off the path. It's very close. It's like right beside the path.
Yeah.
But Missy is like hovering near the path as if waiting for you guys to continue.
I mean, I think that like an immediate thing that comes to my mind is let's just bring Lyndon back here.
That would be the smart person thing to do, yeah. I was
Because
just
Lyndon,
wondering if my stone reacted to it or not.
Oh yes, that was the one I forgot. Um, so I will say that it didn't necessarily absorb anything unless you wanted to. I think this is actually a situation where you could have it absorb, but it is like glowing a very faint green color.
Oh shit! We're idiots, or at least I'm an idiot. It's the fucking leaf stone, isn't it? The one that Leafeon needs.
Nope, that is a mossy rock.
Moss rock,
Yeah.
sorry, yes. I feel like this is the same kind of energy, right? Like an Eevee would absorb this energy and become a Leafeon. We're being subjected to this energy and being solidified. Saladified.
It is, if you make that connection, I will say that it does seem sort of similar, but it is not entirely that. There definitely is another, as far as Miles said,
Right.
there is definitely another presence here. And the fact that you blacked out is unusual because you've never heard of that happening with any like evolutionary radiation. But on some level, it is similar.
The stone doesn't get ghost energy, it sounds like.
Let me check. 1 second.
If there's enough there that we can take it and not like leave nothing for anyone else, then I would like to pick up like a lemonade, an antidote, and a repel, or the equivalent of.
Yeah, I was thinking of 2 antidotes and probably leave the rest. It's the one thing I'm really missing from my restoratives right now.
I think you guys can take one of each for each.
Okay.
God, lemonade, antidote, repel.
I will also say that I don't think repel actually has much of a mechanical. Actually, does it have a mechanical use? It does.
I mean, it has a mechanical use, but I think most people use it for a narrative use.
Yeah, I think I would say it's narrative. because the mechanical use is not very useful, especially in this
No.
game. The last
No.
1 hour causes Pokemon of level 15 or lower to flee, so it's not really. It's already
No, because
passed.
everything's of a specific. Yeah, okay. Is that
narrative.
under Pokemon items?
Repel is a key item. The
Potion.
antidote is a medical item, and the sparkling lemonade is a foodstuff.
Food stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Super Soda Pop, right?
Sparkling
No.
lemonade is its own thing.
It's the 50,
Oh,
it's the
is it?
50 HP version.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's the upgrade of Super Soda Pop.
I actually have 3 Super Soda Pops, apparently. Lol. Those things that I stocked up on at the start.
You're ready. You're ready for a party.
Yeah, indeed.
But yeah, the unnerving gazes from before seem to have faded as far as Miles can feel. Whatever was watching you is now gone.
Hmm.
Well, if Solar doesn't seem to be in any pain or anything,
Nope.
then I'll wander on. I don't have a reason to return Cobalt at the moment, and there's some spooky shit going on, so I'll just wander along with the pair of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring out the blob for ease of movement, but folks
Sure.
are out and keeping an eye on Owain just in case.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
enough.
just curious if the green tint goes away as we move away from the.
It does not. Let's.
Okay.
Free shiny unknown.
I will say one thing. I'm pretty sure we're meant to be having a -1 on skill checks, as I've said. Just
Oh
reference.
yeah.
I doubt it's gonna have. Sorry.
Yeah, it didn't really affect anything here. That's fine.
Yeah, just for reminders.
Yep.
Which way is Missy wanting us to go right now?
Continuing down the narrow path, basically moving forward.
So up, basically, or
It was so I didn't really have a direction here, but going right, I guess, from here, like where Missy is right now.
oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
Down.
basically, this is a bit of a it's right beside the
Where
road.
did we come in from?
Down. We were off the path downwards. The path is going perpendicular to this current map.
Oh, we've just stepped off the path briefly.
Yeah,
Sure.
you
I
are like
misunderstood.
you are still right next to the path. You can see it from there.
Sure, I misunderstood. Okay, that's fine.
No worries. And the direction
carry
is
on.
not like the direction is not super important at this point.
Sure.
All right, so you continue down the path. Let's see, who's in front?
Probably
Well, if
Lucas.
Missy is leading Miles, then Miles.
Oh,
but Lucas
yes.
will be with him.
Yeah.
Lucas will be with him.
I
Who are
think-
the first 2 people in front?
I was gonna say Chance is usually the second person, if I remember right.
Okay.
If
So
if
it's probably me and Miles at the front.
yeah, if Missy's attached herself to Miles, then Miles will be at the front.
Sure. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Make me a sound-based perception, so no unknown for this one, or at least I won't be counting.
I'm just gonna press the button and you can ignore the other rolls.
Okay. It's faint, but you notice it when you first hear it. There seems to be some buzzing from ahead into. Again, the direction is not super important, but it's a bit off the path. There's some buzzing like to the left of the path, let's say.
Hmm.
And it's still quite distant, but you can hear it.
Okay.
Well, Woomby.
I mean, can I like see if I can like if I stop everyone briefly and see if I can get like a look at it quietly? Is that okay?
Sure, make me a stealth check.
Sure. This one I can actually do. I've just got to remind myself whether I'm at 4 or 5. And also I need to remember the -1.
Okay. Let me just take a quick look at what the. This is. Does attacker win or does defender win?
Skills attacker wins, I believe.
So that's me. because I'm attacking? Question mark. I don't know.
That's actually a good question.
How the fuck does that
What?
work?
What's?
Because
Or what's? Who's taking
am
the
active.
action?
I am
The
actively
person sneaking,
attempting
so
to.
yes.
Yeah,
So,
me.
so sneaking works.
Okay.
And as you make, so you have to go through a bit of underbrush to see them, and it does rustle a little bit, which makes you a little wary, but it doesn't seem like they noticed you.
Sure.
Off in the distance, and now that you've gone a bit closer, the buzzing is louder. You see what seems to be a literal wall of combi,
Oh Christ.
just
Okay.
blocking the path between some trees.
You're like, I invested in this Combi model that I got here, and I'm gonna use it over and over and over and over and over and over.
And it's literally like a solid wall, like they're stacked on top of each other. This is partially out of character GM stuff, but from the looks of it, it's almost like a fortress. You may need a better plan to assault it, but now you know where it is, basically.
Missy is. Do we need to go that way?
Missy is just continuing on the path. Didn't even really pay
Mi-
the buzzing any attention.
Missy.
And Missy
Missy.
turns around at
Do we? What? Do we need to go that way or through them?
you. Unrelated, making an intuition check.
Unrelated, completely, I'm
Unrelated.
sure.
Yeah. Okay. Missy seems kind of amused at at how stuttery Miles is getting and nervous.
What?
But nevertheless, Missy shakes her head, which is basically her entire body, and she just keeps tugging in the direction of the path,
Okay.
away from
Oh, that's good. Let's keep going then, I guess.
Yeah, Esme's gonna have PTSD flashbacks briefly, and then we'll follow along.
Yeah, I mean, I will back up slowly again and wander back to everyone, and then we'll carry on not interacting with the giant wall of fucking Combi.
Maybe I should have Esme making a smelliness check. See if
Ha!
Stimky.
All right.
A stench check. Jeez.
Yeah, it's a stench check. But
I don't even know how to do that, Rev.
it's actually a stealth check. But you're rolling against their smell modifier. Anyway,
I'm not stealthy.
so now that you're fairly deep into the forest, you're not sure how long it's been since you've been walking, but each stop, so to speak, kind of seems to almost blend in with the last one. But soon enough, you hear some. Let's see. Make me a perception check. This time, we can do all
Ooh, there's a 30 in there.
the 30.
Jesus H.
Yay.
Esme. I have eyes too.
I'm
Okay.
poisoned and experiencing PTSD. Leave me alone.
So
I'll talk to you later. I'm dead.
Yeah.
yes, let's see. Off to the side, again, this is slightly off the path, but this is in another clearing, which I will actually. I forgot to put you guys on this map. Let me just do that.
Kiddo has a one of those microphones that makes your voice all wonky. You know, the toy microphones.
Mm-hmm.
She's going ham with it.
Main microphone.
Yeah.
So the first thing that you hear is what sounds like a stream off to the side. Not the video stream that Chance is doing. The other kind of stream. And it's fairly quiet, but you know it's running over some rocks, so there is some splashing basically. And quieter than that, Miles and Lucas can make out the sound of
Velociraptors.
Some rustling.
Dear.
Or
Ooh, a
velociraptor.
deerling.
Dear Babby.
You see the deerling, but it seems to be pulling against something,
Is
and
it
it's not really moving from that spot.
is it green?
It's not green. Well, I mean, it's well, what season is it? I guess. This one is autumn, but that's not. It's not actually autumn. Let's see. You know what? It actually is green, but not in the same way.
It's meant to be green.
Yes. The parts that are normally not green are not green. But
Should
it is.
we move closer to investigate?
What did you say was up with it? You said it was not
It's
moving.
tugging against something, I think.
Yes.
Like a hoof is stuck in something.
You can't tell if it's a hoof or more, but something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll wander up and just sort of walk towards it slowly. I'm going to try and be non-threatening. I don't want to, like, scare it, but...
Make me your equivalent of a charm check.
I don't have one, so I would try and stealth towards it, to be honest with you.
Okay, sure. Then you can try to stealth.
Lucas, don't let Sola eat it.
But they're delicious. Let's see. Okay, that seems unlikely to fail.
Oh, good.
Yep. Okay, so it doesn't really notice you, and as you get closer, you have a before you were kind of you were kind of in line with it before, so that's why you couldn't really see it. But as you move closer, the angle changes, and you can see that it seems to be stuck in a pretty massive spider web.
Oh.
Oh,
But
fuck.
Uh-oh.
web is almost like it's almost invisible. You wouldn't have seen it if you weren't this close and at the right angle.
If I take a closer look around, can I see any more of them? If I, like, you know, because, you know, like, when you have one of those, like, holographic card things where the image changes
Yeah.
when you move your... Can I kind of just, like, move
Yeah,
my...
you can,
like, tilt my
move your
axis a
head.
bit and see
Yeah.
more?
So again, they're almost invisible. It's quite hard to see. But when you move your head around, you can see that there's some like there's some moisture or something on them that lets you see them a little bit, and it catches the light at just the right angle. You see some glints from around you.
Sure.
There's some in the grass, although you didn't feel any resistance when you're stepping through it. So it's clearly not the same kind that the deerling is caught in. And you see some in the trees and between the trees there.
Sure.
We should try and get it out.
And the deerling does seem to be quite distressed.
Perhaps the
Not
blob.
much of a surprise.
Perhaps the blob can help by TKing the web off of the deerling.
Esme's gonna very slowly approach to see. Okay, can I? Like, I know I'm an asshole for doing this so often, but can I pokey a check to try and identify what we're dealing with potentially?
No, that's fine. That's completely reasonable. Go ahead. So, there are not that many spider Pokemon out there, and this doesn't seem to be the hunting method of Galvantula. They're more active in hunting. Like they basically will shoot you with electrified webs. This seems more like the work of an Ariados, or multiple, given that it's all around.
Okay. We should try and free it. I know we're messing with, like, the hunting order and everything, but... baby.
I will
it's fine.
say-
I'll throw treats in the web, it's fine.
Sure. I will also say that Esme knows what's in the Pokedex for Ariados.
Yeah, no, I do. And it's fucked, and I hate it.
What's in the Pokedex for Ariados?
Nothing good. Let me pull it up. Let's see.
It spins string not from its rear, but also from its mouth. It's hard to tell which end is which.
Pretty sure that wasn't the entry that
No, probably
that
not.
wasn't right.
I mean, if you're really into the difference between bug butts and faces, then maybe.
It attaches silk to its prey and sets it free. Later, it tracks the silk to the prey and its friends.
Yeah.
Thinking
Yeah.
face.
They're kind of terrifying. Also, they scuttle.
They scuttle indeed.
But you can use their webbing to make very strong clothing, so that's cool.
Oh, that's cool. A single strand of its special string is endlessly spun out of its rear. The string leads back to its nest, like Ariadne. Hence
Yeah.
Ariados. That's cool. I never put that together.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, what was Esme
Um,
trying to do again? Before I interrupted. Well, there was the Pokehead check, and then what else?
Esme's gonna approach very slowly to see if she can try and free it. She was concerned about interrupting like the natural hunting order, but decided she'll just throw treats into the web and it'll probably be fine because she's
Sure.
dumb.
I'll treat that Pokehead check as your charm check as well, just to save a roll. And
Thank you, Ed.
Esme can approach in a non-threatening manner. The deerling does panic at the start before it sees what's coming closer, but as Esme is being soothing, it's kind of stills and calms down a little bit, even though its eyes are still darting around and it's still visibly panicked.
It's okay, baby. Let me see how tough this is here. I'm gonna try not to touch it with my direct hands and everything, but I just want to see if maybe I can yank it back out of it, or if I need Lucas to like come over with his big machete that I'm assuming he has.
So if you don't want to touch it with your hands, I'm assuming maybe like you poke it with a stick or something, see if it collapses or something. Does that sound reasonable?
Yes, after trying to like help the deerling tug back.
Oh, okay. You're pulling on the deerling. I see. It seems to be stuck quite fast, and despite how hard it is to see the webbing, it actually does look surprisingly thick. It just somehow it doesn't quite catch the light at most angles.
Okay. Well, Miles, can you telekinesis it?
Yeah. Well, I'll telekinesis the web off of it because the web's going to be lighter, right?
You could
That
do
is
so,
accurate.
So I'll be able to
Let's see.
affect it more, I would think.
Yeah, so it seems that um, the webs are actually wrapped around the tree instead of just how most spiders, because of their small size, they just kind of attach one end to things.
Hmm.
This is more like a rope
Sure.
or a series of ropes, and they're wrapped around the tree. If you tug at them, they don't break, and because they're wrapped around, they don't come off either.
Well, can I pull them off of the deer?
You can. It does seem to be working slightly. You do see some fur coming off with it.
Well, that's better than it being eaten by a giant spider, so I think this is still
You're not wrong.
reasonable.
Yeah. So the deerling does seem kind of distressed as it's painful, but after a while you manage to free it.
Pets for the baby.
How much health did it quote unquote lose to that? Like, is it like hurt, or is it like
No, it was just painful, like someone just
okay,
yanked out a bunch of your hair. But it's not. It doesn't seem to be hurt.
okay? Because I would have given it a potion, but it doesn't seem to need one.
But just a brief idea. If I send out Morgana,
Okay.
so Murkrow are Pac-Mon, so they should
Yes.
obey obey her more or less.
They will obey the highest level of their species in the area.
I see.
So I'm not really trying to command them to do a bunch of shit. I more want Morgana to like, because we're in a dark forest. There's Murkrow in
Yep.
here, for the love of fucking god. So
Yep.
I more just want to fly up and see if she can learn anything about like maybe where the Ariados nest is from them, and see if we can maybe avoid it.
Sure. I'm going to say that. Let's see.
Suddenly, Ariados surface-to-air missiles.
and fear webbing. That seems more like a thing for Galvantula, to be honest. But on at first glance, there aren't any Murkrow in this immediate area, although that's not entirely surprising given that it seems to be an Ariados nest, or at least a hunting ground. I will say that Morgana can locate some, but it may require some noise to be made.
It's what finding them, eh?
To call, like, basically to call out to them.
Oh right.
There are none in the immediate area.
Okay. Well, I don't want to make a whole bunch of noise because that would just alert things anyway, which is what I'm trying to avoid anyway. But if I leave Morgana out and if she catches glimpses of any of them,
Yes.
see if she can talk to them.
Yes, that is another way to do it.
Sure.
It just might take a little longer as well.
No, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It was more like are there any around? Because if so, then
Yeah, not right here because of the Ariados. Because the webs are also in the trees.
Oh, okay. In which case, yeah. Well, I'll
Yeah.
wait until she spots anyone to talk to.
They'll have given this place a wide berth.
Sure.
We should get the deerling home. I mean, more home than it already is, I guess, question mark.
Yeah, it seems like it just wants to, well, understandably, it just wants to get out of this clearing. But yeah.
Pat, go free, little friends.
And
Dives directly back into the nest.
No.
It does seem quite thankful, and before it leaves, it kind of goes up to the group, and it spreads a sweet scent around. Not like the kind that attracts Pokemon, but it uses aromatherapy on the party.
Oh.
And then it leaves.
Goodbye, little friend.
See you later, little buddy.
Little buddy. Coming from Lucas, that's so cute. Lucas is the epitome of, like, we're not getting a dog, a dad with dog me.
Yeah, that's pretty close, I think, isn't it? That amuses me. I guess we carry on along the way that Missy's trying to tug us along.
Yep. So again, she's kind of just floating near the, and I still don't have her out, but she's kind of just floating at the along the smaller path, and basically is ready to go whenever you are.
Sure. Yeah, like I say, I'll leave Morgana out for now and just sort of head along and see if she spots anyone.
Sure.
Wait for me. Oh.
Flash hurt. So you remember a little bit of what Lyndon's letter said, but it does seem like it's hard to tell how long you've been out here. The lighting hasn't really changed since you've entered, like a couple minutes after you entered, and the forest seems not openly hostile in most cases, but it doesn't seem as easy to traverse as you had heard before. There are some, let's see, the path is still there, and you're still walking along it, so it doesn't seem like you've gotten lost or anything. But it's hard to tell how far you've gone. However, before too long, you make your way and you find another clearing. This one is considerably larger.
Are all the clocks still stopped, by the way?
Do you check now?
We probably should be checking regularly.
Fairly regularly, yeah.
And
Sure.
survey.
So it's odd, but you kind of don't remember when you went into the forest, other than the fact that it was late afternoon, almost sunset. Um, but if you check fairly regularly, then it doesn't seem like they've moved much at all.
Hmm.
Hmm. Okay.
More time, Wibble. What? Is that like a fire?
So that's
Fire.
it's not an open fire. It's what looks like the remnants of a fire pit, basically.
Sure.
Or it's a fire pit. So it seems like someone's been here before, but there's no sign of anything else. And the ashes seem uh, long dead and almost washed away. So it seems like it's been a while.
Hmm.
I guess we should see if I don't think it's Lyndon, but maybe Missy might
Here's how
be
we
able to tell us if that was Lyndon's campfire or no.
Okay. If you ask Missy about that, she doesn't really look at the campfire. She kind of does like a circle around this area. And she will. She'll nod. Seems like at this point Lyndon was here. It's possible he didn't use a fire pit for whatever reason, but it does seem like he was here at some point.
Lucas, can you tell about how long ago he was here?
Do you mean how old the fire is?
Yeah.
Sort of looks at the fire. Is that a survival check or what?
Yep, that's a survival check.
Sure. Minus
Yeah.
1, so 21.
Okay. So, it seems like it has been quite a while. Probably a couple of days from the looks of it. So that would most likely be too long for Lyndon to have used it. That being said, it's possible he just didn't use it. He does seem to be fairly well equipped for in other aspects. So if Missy says that he was here, then it's quite possible he was here. Let's see. Lyndon would not litter, so there wouldn't be any other stuff here. The grass here is some of it is like somewhat crushed flat, but that could also just be from previous visitors.
Consider wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
this campfire could have been Lyndon's 30 minutes ago, and we just showed up here 3 days later.
That is a good point, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Miles,
Yeah.
can you occult check, or
I
I guess
can-
maybe it would be irrelevant.
I can try, but I can't guarantee I'll actually identify anything.
Okay, you can go ahead.
13 on a cold head to maybe find something at some point.
Sure. I'll say that you don't notice anything. However, the way that Missy was moving around earlier seems like she was looking for traces of that sort. And if her response is to be believed, she had found something. So, seems like if you were to believe Missy, then this is the right way, and that Lyndon was here.
Hmm.
But you don't see anything personally.
Okay, well, should we survey the area or just ask Missy where to go next?
What's this thing? What's this big thing?
It's a really pretty rock thing, which isn't a rock.
Let's see. I didn't even notice that had a design on it, to be honest. Let's just say it's a mossy rock.
Okay.
It's like partially in the water.
This is not something that we as players should fixate on.
That is correct.
Okay. Understood.
But it's got carbons on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The carvings are actually a different type of unknown.
Oh.
Immediately moves away.
Oh.
Miles gently pets the rock and whispers, "Tell me your secrets."
I must know.
Does he caress it gently?
Clearly.
I think they might be more likely to give up their secrets if he does that.
Mm.
You could romance him.
Yeah. Do you romance the rock?
Definitely. Everyone should look away because Miles is only 13 and that would be inappropriate.
Let's see.
Oh well, that's
When you caress the rock and whisper sweet nothings onto its surface, you hear a strange thing echo back, and it says, "You're a nerd."
If there's nothing else in the clearing, then
Look
Miles
back
is,
at this
Lucas is
and-
gonna kind of look about and be like, "Well, I guess we keep going."
I guess.
Like,
so.
I'll go all the way around the pond thing and see if there's anything here.
Let's see. Everyone make me an athletics check.
Oh no.
Sure. Meh.
Fucking Esme. With the thighs.
Yeah.
So Esme is full of energy and feels fine, but Miles and even Lucas and Chance, it's been a long day of walk. Well, no, I'd say based on Lucas's background, maybe not, but I'll say Miles and Chance are feeling a bit tired after a long day of walking. It's got to be at least like, well, again, the forest is hard to discern, but we walked like 35 kilometers before the forest, and it's been what seems like quite a while in the forest, and the fatigue is starting to catch up with you.
Did we make camp then?
I would like to
Already
sleep.
camp here.
Yeah, I mean, we may as well.
Yeah, there's a pond. I can like roll around in it to wash off the honey.
You're in there like alligator death spinning to get the honey off.
Yeah. I live
The
here now.
quiet of the forest is suddenly broken by Esme creating a giant whirlpool inside of the small pond.
Esme learned wolf.
And the force of it tunnels deep into the earth, and she opens the gate to hell that she is the first to fall into.
Nice.
Oh, that's awkward.
Arm wrestle me, Satan.
I mean, Lucas will set up camp as best he can, and if everyone else is feeling pretty tired, he can take the first watch, I guess.
No, I'm the one full of energy. I'll take first watch.
Sure.
Sleep, friend Lucas.
Miles is going to submit himself to the vines and become mulch.
But you're 13.
Ouch.
Not the sex vines!
Oh my god. Alright.
There's at least 2 more years before the sex vines.
Oh,
At least
jeez.
2 more years.
When did this campaign jump the shark?
I think it was when Esme covered herself in honey.
Yeah, that's on me.
That was definitely a sex thing.
Esme's 16.
Alright. So, we make camp here. And let's see. As you're making camp, make me a perception check.
Sure.
Minus appropriate.
Yeah. Pretty bad perception check for me.
Okay.
I have bad perception checks. I never notice shit.
Worries. So, whoever's not helping out with the tent is kind of like maybe gathering some firewood or just scouting the area. You don't seem to notice anything unusual. It seems like it's all quiet here.
Press X to doubt.
It's just the forest. Nothing bad ever happens in the forest.
Honestly, you know, like this, we're deep, deep in the forest, and this spot is literally just as good as any other spot. We're not gonna get out tonight, so we might as well just camp here.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see. You set up the tent, and most of you take a rest. 1 second.
I'm going to use this opportunity to get a drink.
Sounds good.
BRB.
So when do we get eaten by spiders, Rev?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Not for now, evidently.
Hmm.
Let me see. Appropriate people on here. I'll just wait for Fish to get back as well.
So we
That's
can
fine.
all be eaten.
Yes, yes.
Oh no, am I gonna have to like cover myself in webbing to deal with fucking Ariados? I am one of you now, my brethren. Bayonet is so weird, but I kind of love it.
Did you say Bayonetta or Bayonet or Bayonet?
Bayonet.
Ah, okay.
Back.
Welcome
Hello.
back. So, as you drift off to sleep, you have a strange dream.
Ooh.
What the?
Oh, I was gonna say our dream causes us our brains to go into low resolution, but that it cleared up.
Yeah. So
Ritual
the
pool.
the main differences here are that you don't see your campsite, and there is quite a clear reflection of the moon on the surface of the pond.
Hello, Moon Lord. Is that you?
Lunala?
And you're not, you feel kind of uh, like your minds are a little bit foggy because you are sleeping. It's not easy to tell if the others of your party that you see here are real somehow. But Esme is certainly acting as she would normally. So that might be the first instinct, is that they are the real deal.
But wasn't Esme taking first watch?
I am taking first watch, yes.
She is.
So did Esme go to sleep with us all or not?
That's a good question.
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't think so either.
Oh.
I guess I'm here now in interdimensional hell with you guys. How's it going?
Either that, or you just magically were compelled to pass out.
Yeah, that's my
Hmm.
thought.
No, I'm gonna get yelled at again for being the dumb. Alright, sure, let's see what happens.
What?
Oh, she's gonna get yelled at for falling asleep on watch, is what she's saying.
Oh. So you said that the main thing that looks a bit off is how clear the moon is on the pond.
Yes.
So if I look up, is all the tree cover missing?
It's not, but somehow there seems to be a gap, like almost perfectly around where the moon is shining through here.
Hmm.
But as you look up, it's almost imperceptible, but the moon seems to be shrinking.
That's not good.
The moon seems to be shrinking.
As if the crescent is thinning.
Well, that's
So
better.
flip.
That's better than the moon growing, because that might mean it's like falling to Earth.
Then we were playing a different game called the Majora's Mask.
You see after you see that it's become larger. You also see these things.
What?
It's a smiley face.
Do we
That's a
actually see that, or are
No,
you memeing?
I'm aiming you. But yeah, basically the moon's crescent is shrinking, and it takes a few minutes, but eventually it's just a sliver, and it all but disappears.
Welcome to the Come Zone.
The clearing is still lit by the same kind of eerie glow, though. And you hear a voice from behind you, away from the pond.
What is the voice saying?
And the voice says, I'll be looking forward to your visit. And it seems like it's the voice of a young girl.
Oh no.
Okay. Should we bring anything? Tea, snacks?
Sage?
Flowers?
Salt?
And there's no response. All you hear is the rustling of the wind through the leaves.
Oh no, it's little Toothy.
Stop.
And let's see. You feel a sudden shaking movement, and you hear some shouting that seems muffled, but it takes a few seconds, but you wake up. It seems like Esme is shaking everyone's tent to wake them up.
What?
What do you want?
There's spooky shit going on. Wake up. I'm in the fire.
The spooky shit, and I'm on fire, and we need sage and salt and EMF readers.
So, back in the real world, Esme was not asleep. She was doing a good job of keeping watch.
Yay.
Unfortunately, keeping watch means she started to see like the glint of eyes in the trees.
Not yay. Lucas. Wait, no, I'm gonna Pokey check.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. What is it?
There's spooky shit going on.
Yep.
Also, I think a little ghost girl wants us to have a tea party with her.
See. So that was actually my way of keeping Dream Esme in character, but Esme was not actually asleep.
Oh,
So you were keeping watch at the time.
so I wouldn't hear the little girl, or
Right? Yeah.
aw.
They'll tell you about it. They're good party members.
Yeah.
You know, if they don't die here.
I was
So
stuff and I was worried you guys were gonna die in your sleep.
yeah. So no need for much Pokeed because some of the surrounding ambushers silently drop down from the trees on threads.
Oh jeez.
Voters.
Spimders.
Actually was Spoderman. Alright, well, there's only one way to deal with insects. Eat.
Okay. And when you throw at Liddy, you notice something a little bit strange. The flash of light is slightly green tinged, and Liddy also looks a little green.
Oh, my baby. Sorry. Actually, I should be over here so you can give me the sassy look proper. There we go.
But all three of you have been woken up.
Guys, they're spoders.
Yeah, I got that.
Oh no, spoders. They just bug these boys.
Bug poison.
Bug poison. Ugh.
Oh. Do they look like they're threatening us? Are they approaching?
They're definitely doing the hunter stalk.
You adorable little bastards. Alright, square up, everybody.
And then as the spin rack approaches slightly, you see larger shapes start to drop down from the trees.
Oh.
Oh no.
Well, this is some bullshit.
I've made the assumption that Owain is still green.
Owain is still green indeed.
Cool.
Morgana is or is not?
Is not.
Okay.
Does Chance send out a Pokemon?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which one I want to send out. Poison in a sea of fairy.
I know, right?
I guess I'll send out Hildig.
I was gonna say the Medicham, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say I'd love to have Auspice come out, but didn't bring Auspice with me.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's Auspice?
The
Geodude.
Geodude.
Oh yeah, that would be good here.
Fire Rock.
And luckily, it seems like the Meditite is a Heldig is normal.
Nice.
Doesn't seem like he's been affected by anything.
Interesting. I wonder what the cause of that is. Is it just lack of exposure? Well, no, because Liddy just got. Well, Liddy. This is the first time Liddy's come out, and she was immediately infected, right?
And all of the unknown were out for a long time, and only Owain got affected.
I can't do this.
So, and Liddy never came out there at the stumps.
Oh god.
Oh my god, the
Oh,
noise.
it's so loud. Okay.
Alright, square up, boys.
I'm gonna go take a piss before we start.
Okay.
Please. Oh my god.
What is going on with the thing right now?
No, I'm trying to. It just keeps playing because I'm opening it up again.
Oh.
I just didn't mute it. And as you might have heard, this one could be a bit louder, so.
You probably, yeah, you need to skip the one that we've got going. Bonk. Is that accurate? Probably not. These things never are. Oh, it is. Oh, that's a surprise.
Well, it's not too bad. Even though all the Spinarak are like crazy fast. Oh, briefly out of character, Tom.
Hmm.
Sam's wanting to know if you want to do some Phasmo after PTU.
I can do some a little bit after we finish. I need to do some more cleaning before then.
Sure.
That's everyone, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Owain is up first.
Cool. Owain doesn't want to be anywhere near anything. Owain's gonna move to there and then do flying hidden power, I think.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
got flying. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. 13 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Why am I doing this manually? I have them in the thing now. What am I... Whatever. 50 damage.
Okay. That actually downs this Finrak immediately.
Oh, are they minions?
They are not.
Oh, okay. Well, that was
But
just a
they
good...
are more fragile. But they are more fragile.
Okay.
As might be
In
expected.
general, are pretty fragile.
Yeah. Well, let's sort out the action economy and take them down real quick.
Yep. This Finrak is going to take a few steps forward and spit out a spider web at Morgana.
Mm-hmm. What does that actually mean?
Cannot move until you take a breather.
Right. Okay.
Cannot be switched out.
Can't move until you take a breather. Taking a breather essentially takes your turn, right?
Yes.
Okay. Sure.
And this Finrak over here, for movement, is going to do the same to Liddy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I can't move at all. Can I still like blast fire at them, or do I just have to like sit here and take it?
Oh, you can spit fire at them.
You can't move, physically move.
Yeah. If you use a turn, it'll you can break free basically. That's how this is.
Cool.
Let's see. Not long enough. I should. Right. Yeah. Instead, this Spinnerock is going to spit a dart of poison at Morgana.
Oh, damn. Okay,
That-
that was.
And that poison. Yeah.
Oof. Okay. Is that physical? It is
Yeah.
physical. Doop. So we take. We go to. And they are poisoned. There you go.
Okay. And Heldig is up.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be
technically-
Liddy's turn, or?
Oh.
Yeah, what happened was
Oh, okay. I see.
auto-generated initiative, and then I tried to catch it before, and you'd already sorted it.
Got it. Okay. So then, yes, Lady is next.
Burn them.
Thank you, Miles. Yeah, I think Liddy's gonna go for Spinnerack, and Liddy's gonna try and ember it.
Okay. So it hits, but something strange happens. When Liddy opens his mouth, it's a guy, right? Okay. When Liddy opens his mouth, instead of the normal reddish, flaming energy that comes out, it's green instead. And instead of spitting out embers, Liddy spits out a green blast that kind of solidifies into vines as it flies in the air.
Bleh.
So it hits the Spinnerack, but it is not very effective because it is now a grass type attack.
Motherfucker. That's double not effective as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. Love it. Okay, I guess Liddy ends his turn.
Heldig is up.
I'll wait for the Ariados to go first.
Okay. This Ariados, let's see. Okay. This Ariados is going to come down to, I think, here. That's in range.
No, don't be in range of that. Miss.
Oh, and it misses. Yes.
Giga miss.
Yep. So now it's the other Ariados.
So I was thinking about ways to make metronome better as I get higher level, so it doesn't like fall off so bad. Like I don't expect it to be perfect at like high levels. I understand that, but to make it less bad, and I was thinking about some sort of ability to be able to manually remove maybe like a dozen moves off the randomizer per class level of the class that I have that is focused around metronome.
That is too specific to implement, I feel like.
I will not be supporting that on the website.
That's fair.
Yeah. So that's pretty. You would have to actually go in and edit the list there.
Yeah, that is exceptionally specific.
Yeah. Let's see.
But I mean, if I got it down to like, I can manually create the list of each one, assuming that I was allowed to do that.
I don't think that's the way I would go about it. It's too complex for it.
Aren't you better off with, like, say, some sort of ability that makes it so that you have a floor on the DB of moves? So, like,
Well, no,
if you roll a bunch of moves with and they are like DB2, you do the same move, but it's DB6 or whatever instead, and that can
oh, I
that.
see what you're
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that's
you
a
do the
possibility.
same thing, but like say you get powder snow, which is actually decent in this instance. So you get like powder snow and some other junk that's just absolutely unusable. You still use powder snow, which is line 4, but it's DB whatever we decide is like an okay floor. Because it just means that you're never rolling like exceptionally poorly.
Sure. Can we talk about this after?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no problem. So this Ariados comes down from the tree, and it poison jabs and misses Liddy,
Fuck yeah.
Oof.
which is lucky because Liddy is currently a grass type.
Oh.
Grass, fire?
Nope, just grass.
Just grass. Does that mean...
This is okay. So now that the cat's sort of out of the bag,
Ha. Cat. Litty.
this is basically an upgraded version of Forest Curse. So Forest Curse in the system usually adds the grass type to your Pokemon and does nothing else. This basically changes the Pokemon's primary type to grass, and then all moves of that type become grass type.
Sure. I'm just gonna take a breathe. Does taking a breather count as a standard action? Do I lose a tick
Yeah.
for doing so?
It is.
Well,
I believe it's a full action.
So
And yes,
Okay,
I
well,
believe-
I kind of have to do it, so I take a breather to remove the because I'm melee. I can't not hit
Yep.
things.
Okay.
So
You
I
take
take my turn to do that, and I take a tick.
Yep.
If they now re-web me, then fuck my life. But whatever.
Okay. Which one are you targeting?
The furthest one on the left.
Hey.
PD6.
The Ariados or the Spinarak?
Ariados. Yep.
This one.
Yep.
Okay. So that hits.
Oh, that's pretty good here, isn't it?
No, it's neutral. I think bug.
No,
Resists.
no, it's super.
No. Bug's
Super.
super psychic, but it doesn't resist it
Oh, yeah.
because the old typings were weird as fuck.
Yeah. Okay, so that hits. Morgana took the turn. Owain's turn.
Would Litty like some protection? In the form of not being stabbed by that Ariados?
Potentially.
Because
I'm guessing if I throw out a different Pokemon, it's just gonna get the same curse anyways.
Well, no, because I have a Pokemon out without it, and so does Chance.
That's
It's-
fair.
It's
One Pokemon has been cursed per person, basically. If you don't already have it out, then it's just up to you to find out what it is. I guess it's just
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, one of your Pokemon is cursed.
Well, I know which one it is. It's Solo.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Yes, Liddy would like the protection, please.
Okay. I'm gonna put a barrier up.
Okay. Feel free to get artistic on me.
I think I'm gonna make it that.
Or okay, sure.
Arrow is so weird in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, as a reminder, 20 hit points, psychic type, 15 DR.
Yep. Does Owain do anything else?
Owain is gonna, like, go out here.
Okay, sure.
Fuck you all, I can hover.
Okay, let's see. This one is that one. So, let's see. Which one's actually used? That one used Poison Sting. That one used Web. That one got killed. This one also. Did this one use Web? 1, 2 Web. Yep, 2
This
webs.
this one shot web at Morgana.
Yep, so that also used Web. So, this one is going to. Walk up here and Shadow Sneak Heldig.
Ooh, ghost type.
Yep, minimum damage though.
So this ghost does super psychic, right? I'm not going bonkers.
Yeah. That is correct.
Yeah.
Let's. So Heldig just takes that, I guess.
Yeah. Probably just take that.
Sure. This Spinrack is going to sneak around this way and Spiderweb Heldig.
Oh, okay.
And the last Spinrack over here. Let's see. Going to sneak around this way and Poison Sting Morgana again.
Yeah, sure. Can't get any more poisoned. Sure. So Morgana takes 15, and is still kind of okay. Sure.
Okay. It is Liddy's turn.
Oh boy. Let's see. Liddy doesn't really have a whole lot of options. Liddy has Roar, Lick, Leer, Firefang, and Ember.
I'd be tempted to swap.
You can't while it's got the spider web on it.
Then wait. But,
I would take a breather.
yeah, breather return.
Just get rid of the. You essentially skip your turn to remove the web. It's what I did, because I'm also melee and can't do jack without it. So
Okay. I will do that then.
Okay. Heldig is up.
I'm going to, let's see. Well, I can't continue to blast the Ariados that I was already blasting, because then I'll take an attack of opportunity. I'm going to Metronome.
Okay.
Share screen.
I'm glad we're still doing that.
let's see.
Psychic.
Have you already rolled?
Okay.
Psychic's pretty fucking on brand, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
quite good.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Psychic the Ariados and take the attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah, the same one I've been attacking.
Sure.
Is Psychic weak against Bug?
Yes.
Yes. However,
Cool.
Psychic also supers.
Poison.
Yeah.
Where was my?
Or these guys bug poison then?
They are.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to hit him with fire, flying rock, fire, or psychic, ideally.
Okay, so that was the struggle, and that does a lot of damage. Let's see. It looks very shaky, and it is almost downed.
Sure.
This area dose. Let's see, this one tried to stab last turn, so.
You're still sharing your screen, by the way. I can see your
Oh.
Facebook.
I don't care.
Okay, as long as you're aware.
What's going on right now?
That pin missile is at Owain.
Oh shit, son.
Only
It's gonna hurt.
7. It actually does hit. Wow. Okay.
You'd need 8 evasion for that. No, 9 evasion.
Yeah.
For that not to hit.
I just like I have 7. I had to check.
Yeah. I was more a comment of holy shit. I'm impressed if you actually have 9.
Yeah. Well, I'm not far off. Right. So this is bug.
35 bug, yeah.
Well, he's tagged, so he's grass, right?
Yeah.
So that's
Hey,
Well,
It's the same-
he
it's the same
would
either
have
way.
taken double damage or super damage anyway.
Yeah.
Because bug super's grass anyway.
That's it?
Yeah.
Bug Super's grass and psychic.
Oh, I never fucking made him. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Bug
Okay.
super's a bunch of random shit, to be honest with you. It's weird.
That seems really weird.
Uh,
Grass? Caterpillars eat leaves.
Yes.
I could have made that so much better on myself, but I didn't. I take damage. It's fine. I'm not down.
Sure.
Alright.
I'm ill,
next.
but I'm not down.
Okay. This Ariados is kind of gonna swing onto a nearby tree and then leap off of it at Morgana. So it's taking a
sure.
dash.
Lunge? What the fuck is this?
It's a bug type high horsepower, basically.
So do I take half damage or what?
No,
Because
you
I'm
take.
flying.
You are also dark, so it's neutral.
Oh, yeah. Again, bug super's such random shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dark. It's like, what? Okay, yeah, sure. She takes 34. Goes to 8. She might
Okay.
get an attack off this combat.
Morgana's up.
Well, okay, she gets an attack off and immediately dies to poison, unfortunately. So I'm gonna kick the shit out of this area, I'm not
Okay.
impressed.
Yeah.
Well, I can't miss, but let's roll to see if I crit, I guess. But I do. It fucking dies, I assume.
Nope, you fucking die.
Oh my god. Oh, that sucks balls. Yeah, okay. Hang on.
You.
Well, at
Yeah,
least
she only just falls over there actually, because
Yeah,
that is
it was
half
really
damage.
close. It was really close.
well, at least it doesn't get to attack us next turn because it just used its attack.
Yeah.
Sure, I guess.
However, before you do anything, this right side Ariados.
What the fuck?
It's prioritying a move. Okay.
Let's.
And missile, what's frequency is it?
It's EOT. It's not the missile.
Okay, good.
In which case, it actually has to fucking jump at. Oh, actually, let's see.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? Enjoy the water.
Yeah. Does it have a swim speed?
I doubt
It
it.
has a swim speed. It has a swim speed of 3, actually.
Wow.
Everything has a swim
that-
speed.
Yeah, so it's actually a decent at it.
Can it even get there though?
I mean, Egan Agron has a swim speed.
It needs a jump, right? If it's trying to go for Owain.
Yeah, let's see if it can.
Wow, Bug really does super some weird shit.
Yes, it does. It supers a host of just random types. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's almost like they decided, let's make a separate thing for bugs, and then we're like, what would bug super? And they went, Christ almighty, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty
you
sure
would-
the 87 super damage would have knocked the Ariados out of the
Yeah,
fight.
I think so. That seems likely to me.
It takes like 120 damage, and it's like, oh, welp.
You know what? Like,
Lol, miss.
Missed.
alright. So it tries to get a sneak attack off at Owain, but fails. Shoots Owain's reflection instead, actually.
Hmm.
Oh, I skipped Owain's turn, but it's Owain's turn.
Yeah, so Owain will
Can you reorder the thing? Because I had to
Yep.
put.
I just did, yep.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Owain will hidden power flying probably the Ariados because it's starting to piss him off.
Okay. The left one or the right one?
The one he can hit.
Yeah,
Okay.
this one.
The right one. Okay.
Boop.
Go ahead. That hits for a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And then he's going to become flying type because fuck you. And then he's
Look at
and then
this
he's going to go over here. Fuck you.
What would you say if I had another Ariados jump out that side?
Fine, I'll deal with it, but like, still
I'm
fuck
kidding,
you.
I'm kidding. Alright, so this spin rack is over here. Is going to... Let's see. I guess I'll just Shadow Sneak Heldig again.
Oh, crits for 39. Boom.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and detect that because otherwise I will probably not live through that.
Sure.
29. Yeah, I mean I'd live through it, but I'd have no hit points left. So yeah, I'm
Right.
gonna detect.
I'm gonna say Missy actually fades out for now. Let's see. How much point in this? Hang on, I'm trying to look at what to do. Okay. God, the tent's in the way actually. Not that I ever do things like this. But... All right, Spinrack goes up here, and poison stings Cobalt.
Oh, miss.
Not hit. And last Spinrack on the left here. Let's see. Might as well also poison sting Cobalt.
That'll hit.
Is Cobalt steel yet?
No,
What's that?
No.
he's not steel. No.
I think does he become steel at some point?
Yeah, when he becomes Sicario, he's
Yeah.
steel type.
Yeah.
Do I take? I
You take neutral damage.
I take neutral. Good. Yeah. Fucking. I poisoned bug. I don't fucking know. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Okay. And it's Cobalt's up.
Sure. He will punch the Ariados.
Okay. And the area dose goes down. Because it was at 3 HP.
Yeah. And can I move afterwards, or
Yes.
I'm gonna like back up a little bit. Getting into it's a fucking firing squad. It's like,
Yeah.
pew pew pew. Fuck off. Right, you'll go. Whoever it is.
Liddy's up, and Liddy is free of the webs.
And is also still grass type.
Meh. Alright, I'm going to take Liddy out in that case. And
What?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw out probably Cherry.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
is that the only action
psychic.
I can
Yeah,
take, or
I think so.
Yeah.
Unless you're attacking the Ariados, I would suggest putting him Cheery inside the barrier because Ariados is going to have pin missile up next turn.
yeah, that's fair.
It did already. It did already use
Yeah,
Fire
he
yeah,
doesn't
it
get to attack
attacked.
right now, but
nothing right now. But sure.
I guess it's my turn.
This isn't a
The
gym.
initiative.
This isn't a gym battle, so Cheery should get a turn.
Oh, wild. Okay, yeah, sure. That is correct. It's a shift
Okay.
action for non-gym battles, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Or
I
not
need to
gym battles.
roll for his initiative?
Yeah.
Yes. But you're going before right now anyway, so.
yeah,
Yeah,
I think
Cheery's
the
quick.
fastest thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. You have an action.
Alright, cool. Cheery is going to. Cheery is going to.
Psychic the shit out of a spinnerack.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm going to take a shot at probably this one. I don't think I can shoot this one here, but I don't know if Heldick needs the help or not.
I mean, Heldick is in a spot where he could probably take like 2 or 3 more attacks and still be okay. I moved him specifically up there so that he could take a lot of attacks. He's not a tank by any means, but you know, he can handle himself.
Okay. I'm going to Psybeam this fucker then.
Okay. Go right ahead.
Ooh.
Are those the numbers are still incorrect, by the way. Oh, I think you rolled
Yeah.
it. You rolled it as physical. That's why.
Oh.
But that would miss anyway.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
right
that-
button.
That would be the
Yeah.
correct way. That would be the correct way to roll it.
Yeah.
Oh, can I get a mulligan then?
Sure.
I didn't know.
All right. Let's see. That does enough.
That obliterates a spider.
Yeah.
Heldig had used detect. Ariados had used poison sting. Shuri is actually up again.
Oh,
Step to
Move,
here.
Splat another one.
Yeah, and then
I'm gonna Psybeam this fucker, I think.
Can you do that through the barrier? Is that how
That-
it
You
works?
can just walk over here.
oh, you're doing the Ariados, sure.
Yeah.
What do you want me to shoot?
I mean, I would probably shoot the big bad. to be
Yeah,
honest.
fuck it.
Alright, this time I'm going to. Right. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably going to hit.
Probably a hit, yeah.
And I didn't put the half HP on, but it was at less than half HP.
Sweet.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay.
Okay, that's Cherry's turn.
Owain is up.
Oh, you're such a dick.
You're so far away.
Ew.
This is your own fault.
So the issue I have here, right, is that Owain is grass type, and all of his psychic moves are grass.
Yeah.
So he has 2 hidden power grasses.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I might need to switch for a different unknown.
I don't think you need to think too hard about it. or
No,
process
I
it.
think I'm just gonna switch for Mordred, because Rock is still good,
Yes.
and Mordred isn't fucked up.
Yes.
So he goes away. Do I have to put him in where he was, or can I put him out somewhere vaguely fucking useful?
Lol.
There you go.
Is he that? Is that where he is?
That's how we've been running it.
Okay. Well, I guess he'll move to here. Actually, wait. Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on.
Yes.
Fuck. No, it doesn't work. Okay. Well, I guess he'll move to here, and like attack if anything gets vaguely close to him, because that's like what he's got.
Yep. Well, there's only 2 Spinnerack left. So it's not that
Yeah.
bad. Okay. But Spinnerack number 1 is up, and predictably on Heldig.
Okay. Heldick gets hit again.
Okay. And it's
So
gonna
the
back off.
spirit-
It's gonna back off a step.
This is gonna injure Heldig. So 10, 19, 28. Oh yeah. Heldig is injured.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see, how close is this? Just out of range. Okay. So, last Spinarak is going to poison sting. Say poison sting Cobalt,
Sure.
and then it will back off.
This is like my only Pokemon I have that doesn't have Pursuit.
Ah.
And Cobalt is up.
He can't reach them, so. Are they literally just leaving? Are they trying to run away?
They are basically just leaving.
I'm gonna let them leave.
Actually, you know what? This Spinarak probably would have left and just taken the AOO. Sorry, the better option.
Bitch.
Well, you can chase after. Chiri can chase after it.
No, Chiri is classy. Chiri's
Sure.
not going to commit a genocide. Sweet Pea, on the other hand.
But yeah,
Morgana got dunked on this time.
yeah, that was pretty funny. If I say so. Hell, they can take an AOO, but they're basically retreating.
I mean, I don't really care all that much. I'm
Sure.
a little disappointed that they chose to retreat, but still managed to attack Heldig and injure him when he would have otherwise been fine. But
All right.
now I have a blight on my character. Yeah, Heldig will take the breather and get the webbing off.
Sure. Let's see. This was.
I'll give Cobalt the some of the sparkling lemonade to get him back up to full for now.
Okay. And it's after you do all the patching up and all that. You feel pretty well rested. Somehow you don't know how long you were asleep, and it looks like it's still dark out. But you feel fairly well rested. And Missy reappears after all that hubbub.
Thanks, Missy, for nothing.
And Missy nods at you as if to say you're welcome.
Bitch. I love you.
Well, hey, they had super effective moves. You don't want to get involved. Also, where's the fun in that?
Yeah.
To be fair, if she had participated and then she'd been knocked out, we would have lost our guide, and I'm sort of dubious as to how good this guide is, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's apparently taking you in the roughly correct direction. And so presumably you pack up camp if you're well rested.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Good boy, Cheery. You're such a good boy. Look at you slaughtering bugs. Look at you slaughtering bugs.
Cheery looks very cheery about slaughtering all the bugs.
Yes, Cheery's a good boy.
Is Cheery a boy then?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, didn't know that.
Pretty much all of my Pokemon are actually.
Esme has a harem.
No, stop. I don't want this to get to Incineroar levels and be like Esme.
Oh
No.
god. Alright, but your doubts in Misty are at least partially cleared up, I would imagine, because it's actually not too far from here as far as you can tell, although, as I mentioned, it is difficult to tell. But you see something that's the silhouette of something that's distinctly not a tree, set of trees. Slightly in the distance.
Mewtwo.
No, shut up.
Yes.
Haunted house? Are we gonna have a haunted house mission?
Yes.
You are
Yeah.
months early for this, Rev.
What do you mean?
Are you
months
are you
early?
blowing this months before Halloween?
Yeah, spooky month.
Would you rather I pretended to skip you forward and then did this on Halloween? No, I'll come up with something
Dude, the
else.
31st of October is a Sunday.
Don't worry, I'll come up with something else that's suitably spooky on Halloween.
Oh, I'm gonna hold you. I'm
Haunted house.
gonna hold you
Right
to
now.
that.
You can put it in your calendar. Spooky session, October 31st.
I want to go hang out with the dead
Spooky
people. Let's fucking go.
But the old chateau is right here,
Yes.
and that is the end of the session.
No.
Yes. No. Why?
No. I want to hang out with the dead people.
What? No.
I mean, I knew that was coming because of the time.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Keep your eye on the clock.
Wah. I want to hang out with the dead people.
Am I making your part of you that wants to be bullied by the DM happy? If you didn't know there was a part of you that was like that, there is. Don't worry, everyone has one.
I love you, Rev. You are a great person and human being.
But
If I ever
stop.
meet you in real life,
but-
I'm gonna pinch your nose.
But stop doing cock and bull torture on me.
Yeah, I don't even have those, and this is the worst.
Well, that's the good part about being remote. I don't have to worry about bodily harm to my person,
I mean, I am fairly close to you, in theory.
in theory.
No, are you not the opposite side of the continent?
I'm gonna head out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah.
catch you later.
See you,
Bye,
mate.
bud.
Bye.
Have a good one. But yeah, you